Hello and welcome back to more Vintage Cube Draft. This pack is weird. I feel like I said that the last many drafts. I'm looking at Bazaar of Baghdad. I want to try it out again, but I'm also looking at like Volcanic or Upheaval. You could take Ephemerate. There's a lot of cool things you can do with Ephemerate, so I think that's a defensible first pick as well. What do I want to do? That's kind of the beauty of Cube is you get to choose in the moment what kind of deck you want to draft. Because all of these are very good options, right? You could build a good Bazaar deck, you could build a good Upheaval deck. It just comes down to personal preference and or which one you think has the highest chance of winning. Bazaar can do cool stuff. I just don't think it's supported enough for me to want it so badly in the cube. When I was playing the deck, I don't know when I'm going to post this, but I drafted a Bazaar deck. I think I'm just going to take Volcanic Island here. When I was playing the Bazaar deck, Survival of the Fittest felt just better than Bazaar of Baghdad by a large margin. Holy cow, this pack. Were these? Heard someone say they changed some cards in the cube because I've never seen this card in my life. Or this one. Exile each non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less. Holy cow. Ragavan, Lelia, and Sneak Attack all in the same pack. Ocelot Pride. What a pack this is. Holy cow. So, I mean, we could take, like, Sneak Attack and try and wheel World Spine Worm. We could take Ragavan, try and wheel Lelia. Take Ocelot Pride. Card's just busted. I think... Let's take a Sneak Attack. It's more fun. I think probably Ragavan or Ocelot Pride have higher win rates, but taking Sneak Attack, maybe wheeling World Spine Worm, something that I'm potentially interested in. Yeah, they totally changed cards. This was not in the cube either. I'm looking at Coalition Relic, Wishclaw Talisman, and maybe a Talisman of Creativity. I think Sneak Attack decks tend to do weird stuff. Coalition Relic is just like glue for weird stuff, so take that. Sneak Ulamog's pretty good. Mishra's Workshop is nice. I think I'll take the Ulamog. I do like a Workshop, but I only have one Relic right now, so I'll take the guaranteed sneak target first. Craterhoof Behemoth. Now that's a sneak attack target. Kiora can make some octopus. Basalt Monolith helps with mana, so you can just play sneak attack faster. I don't know. Craterhoof seems fun. I'm so disappointed that Mind's Desire is not in the cube. This is the perfect kind of deck where like High Tide Mind's Desire would be just great. You don't even have to play that many spells. You just Mind's Desire for like 6. You probably hit something big, and you're just really happy about it. Could also take Arena of Glory, something that just sneak attack decks like. Maybe Craterhoof isn't that good. It can win the game, but so can most other sneak attack targets, and that has no chance of doing anything else. Whereas Basalt Monolith, I don't know, we have 2 good 3-mana accelerants now. Oh, don't tempt me with a good time. There's a Coveted Jewel. However, there's also an Underworld Breach. And this card is just broken. Like, you take it, you win. It doesn't combo so well with things like Ulamog and the Relics, but getting an Underworld Breach this early, I think is a good sign. Well, it's also this early in the draft, but this late in the pack, right? This is pick 6 Underworld Breach. In my opinion, this is just the strongest card in the cube, because you can win on turn 1 pretty easily. You literally just go like land. I guess you need like Black Lotus, but land, Black Lotus, Underworld Breach, Brain Freeze yourself, win the game. Strip Mine. Oh, Zerda the Dawnwaker. Okay. Each permanent card in your starting deck has an activated ability. So I do have infinite mana with Basalt Monolith, and not with Coalition Relic, but that does let me cast Eldrazi, and I also have Sneak Attack. So this is something I'm interested in. Strip Mine seems great. Mana Leak also seems great, but I hate it on this card. I want to try it. We'll see what happens. Wait, they're cooking some stuff here. So I could have gotten Strip Mine and Exploration, but target player discards 2 cards. They may copy that spell. Choose a new target for the copy. Spicy. I'm looking at Trinket Mage, Commercial District. That doesn't help too much. Trinket Mage is great because with Underworld Breach, if I get LED or Black Lotus, that just finds the combo pieces. Commercial District if I want green, but I think I'm just going to take this Trinket Mage here. Okay. Bazaar of Baghdad Underworld Breach is pretty good. We could also go the other direction with Upheaval plus Zerda. This is interesting. We're being torn in two different directions right now. If Workshop wheels, which I doubt that it will, I'll be much happier to have Upheaval. I mean, I'm gonna want some amount of big mana, but Bizarre Breach is so good. Honestly, I think Bizarre Breach is stronger. There's our Woldspine Worm. So we have some good sneak attack targets. This also just digs us through our deck. Let's try that. Eternal Witness or Wishclaw Talisman. Right now, I'm feeling like this is a Wishclaw Talisman deck because, you know, we can give them a tutor, but if they just die, it doesn't matter. Because if we end up doing too much breach stuff, we can grab breach. If we end up doing sneak attack stuff, we just kill them with sneak attack. Cabal Ritual, Omnath, Arwen. Man, I wish this was a high tide. I'm still gonna take the Cabal Ritual because I have Bazaar of Baghdad, but I'm not in love with it. You know what I'm saying? Grab a Tameo here. Crop rotation for Bazaar. I'm just gonna grab this thing. This thing, well, who knows? So I think a lot of people, when they see my drafts, there was Dark Depths, so we could have had crop rotation, Thespian Sage, Dark Depths, and all that. I think a lot of people, when they see my drafts, think I'm going crazy with the way I draft the deck, but we're essentially balanced between two different directions right now. We have the Underworld Breach, Cabal Ritual, Bazaar of Baghdad direction. All we need to do to make this work is grab like a Frantic Search and maybe like a Lion's Eye Diamond. Then suddenly this deck can just win because you could just draw through a whole deck and play whatever win condition we end up with. The other direction we're going is, you know, Zerda, infinite mana with all of this stuff. And it's possible we end up with both of them in the deck, but right, it's not a huge cost to just have these three cards. So we're going to continue drafting and see which direction seems more open or more promising, and then we'll just go that direction. Walking Ballista with Zerda costs 2. I think I might just take Thought Scour. With Breach, this card is pretty good. It also just digs us a little bit deeper and things like that. Shallow Grave. This is a when, right? When it's put into a graveyard, shuffle it. Although Shallow Grave World Spine, I guess it does 15 damage, so it's not terrible. Yeah, that's interesting. There's also an Imperial Seal. Because right now the only discard outlet we have is Bazaar of Baghdad. There's also Shifting Woodland. No, that doesn't work. Well, it kind of works, but it's kind of just worse than Shallow Grave. Because these both shuffle back, is basically what I'm saying. Citadel, I don't really have Tinker or anything like that. Shallow Grave, Imperial Seal. I think Shallow Grave is a very strong card. I'm just going to take it. Imperial Tutor is much better than Imperial Seal, so I will do that. Mind Twist, I like. I think it's actually a good card, but... Ooh, Triplicate Titan. That's something I can cast with Infinite Colorless. Good with Sneak Attack. Shallow Grave, unfortunately, exiles. So, it's fine. It's 2 mana for 9 damage, but it doesn't do the thing exactly how you would want it. There's also Metamorphosis Fanatic. I think I'm going to take Vampiric, and maybe something good comes around. Reanimate. Okay. Corpse Dance is probably better than Reanimate. I could take a Corpse Dance. Can I get an Entomb? Right, because all of the things that I want to reanimate, shuffle in. It's just a shame that these all exile. If they sacrificed, it'd be super easy. There's also Dragon's Rage Channeler, which is pretty good with Underworld Breach related combos. Dragon's Rage Channeler, Breach, Frantic Search, just goes through the whole deck. So another direction we can go is that. I kind of like that direction more right now. Here's a Woodfall Primus. That one's pretty good. Mostly with Sneak Attack, again, not the best Shallow Grave target. There's a Breeding Pool, there's a Tameo, which is just a good card. How many Woodfall Primus, or how many Sneak Attack targets do I need? That's the question. Also, if I open Flash, Woodfall Primus would be better. Breeding Pool is basically just helpful with Tameo, who I may or may not cast. Fire Covenant can keep us alive for a while. I guess I don't even have to be blue. I'm going to take Tameo. I think it's the stronger card here. There's a Yawgmoth's Will, Duress, Troll of Khazad-dûm, Ledger Shredder, Lurrus, and a Sunken Runes. The mana situation is looking a little bit grim. I might just take Troll of Khazad-dûm, because I'm definitely going to want to play these black cards, and this can give me some amount of fixing. Okay, we have Collective Brutality. Urborg is kind of fixing. Kind of like this one, it clears the way. I can discard stuff to Shallow Grave. Otherwise, I mean, I'm not really playing white. Yeah, Zerda. Yeah, I'm just going to take this card. There's Emrakul. Okay. Glad I didn't take Woodfall Primus. This is much better to Shallow Grave. Yeah, we'll just take that. Good to see that going that late as well. Blackleaf Cliffs helps with the mana quite a bit. Black-red, we definitely want both of those. Okay, things are shaping up. I think Emrakul is also a trigger, right? So in theory, you could Shifting Woodland, discard Emrakul, or discard Emrakul, target it with Shifting Woodland, Emrakul shuffles, and then this resolves. I think I just like Imperial Seal here. Just a deck full of tutors. Metamorphosis, Fanatic, Triplicate Titan. Take the Titan, I guess. This is like, okay, Corpse Dance. I mean, yeah. Okay, so I don't think we're going to get there on Breach, but we're going to have so many terrible opening hands. Oh my gosh. Can I get Flash? I don't think we're getting there on Breach. Bazaar of Baghdad does seem good, though. Blooming Marsh. I don't think I'm playing Fanatic or this thing. Okay. We have every possible sneak attack target you could want. And honestly, Zerda Basalt Monolith also can let us hardcast 3 of our Eldrazi, which is pretty awesome. Cabal Ritual, I'm not sure on. Sol Ring was a great pickup. That can accelerate us, but there's some other stuff. No, there's not much else. Sol Ring is pretty great. It just speeds the deck up a lot. And we're basically just, given the way this is set up, most of the time we're tutoring for sneak attack. But if we happen to have a different combo piece, we could tutor for something else. Like if we have Shallow Grave and Emrakul, we could tutor for Bazaar, things like that. Pretty happy about Sol Ring, even though it does not fix our mana. It just speeds the deck up. Oath of Druids. I mean, maybe. Right now, Verdant Catacombs can grab literally nothing. So that's something. Oh, they did put it back! Finally! Unbelievable. How could they ever think to cut this from the cube? We're back on track, though. So, Catacombs, I mean, Blightsteel Colossus you can't Shallow Grave, because for some reason this is a replacement effect where the others are triggers. I also think it's probably the worst sneak attack card, because if they have like a 2-2, they block it, and then the infect damage never matters. I'm going to take Verdant Catacombs. I think there's a pretty good chance Oath of Druids wields, given that Emrakul went like last pick. There's a flash. This deck just got disgusting. We need to be able to cast stuff. Like, we need our mana to work out, but this is just combo soup. Okay, I'm not Dragon's Rage Channeling. I guess I am playing blue because of Flash. Oh no, there's Lion's Eye Diamond. Underworld Breach. Get back in the deck. Wow. Okay. I mean, LED, you can cast Shallow Grave, crack LED, and then discard your stuff that way. I just need to cast my spells. That's all I need to accomplish here. But none of this fixing does anything. I don't have the colorless for Mox Opal. I can take a dig through time, but I don't really have, I guess, if I'm Bazaar of Baghdading, dig through time is there. Honestly, I'm going to take LED. There's still a chance we play Underworld Breach in this deck as well. there's the tendrils. What is this deck anymore? I mean, there is the tendrils. Consider probably is where I want to be. Let me think. I wish I had more time because I don't have a frantic search, right? So I have Breach LED, but no way to dig through my deck. But if I put Breach in my deck, then Bazaar of Baghdad LED, I could just keep activating Bazaar until I get down to 2 mana. And then just LED a bunch into tendrils. Pretty tempting. It's going to be a dead draw most of the time, but so is the rest of the deck. You know what? We're saved. Oh wait, no, Fact or Fiction actually is quite good here. I don't know if I'm casting any of my spells, but Fact or Fiction is going to get us there. Underworld Breach, get back in the deck. Channeler, get back in the deck. So I'm just Grixis with very, very little Grixis fixing. If I can find a black duel, that would make things so much better. But I mean, this deck is crazy. Scrubland, I should have specified. A black duel that is in the colors that I need. I appreciate your attempt, deck. This can cast instant creature sorcery. So this could cast Flash. Smuggler's Copter, Lava Spur, Boots. Piggy Bank does make a treasure token to help with our mana. Smuggler's Copter helps us discard stuff to Shadowgrave, but you don't really want to do things that way. I'm going to take the Scrubland on the off chance we get a fetch that helps us with. Okay, we're saved. Thank goodness. Saved is a strong word, but I'm going to take this card here. So I can grab that with Troll. Thassa's Oracle. That's interesting as well. Although, honestly, Relic of Sauron also just kind of saves us. Because this adds any color of any mana we would want. Talisman of Dominance is also pretty good fixing. And we have Sol Ring, so Talisman does get better. I'm going to try it. Relic of Sauron's really good. It's also a discard outlet. There's Oath of Druids. This is one of the greatest decks I've ever built. Although City of Traders, let me think about this. I can cut Tamiyo, Dragon's Rage Channeler, but how am I ever casting Oath of Druids? Verdant Catacombs, Grubland, Blooming Marsh. I think I'm going to take City of Traders here. It hurts a lot because I don't have the green fixing. Oh, there's the green fixing. Not really doing anything here. I can bring this in against certain matchups. Mox Opal. Is this a Mox Opal deck? Probably not. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's pretty hard to get Metalcraft, but I'm not doing anything else, so maybe. Natural Order. I wish I had the fixing where Scion of Draco would actually be good here. I mean, I could Natural Order for like a World Spine Worm. Bring this in and some super controlling. Okay, green was wide open. Holy cow. This deck, if it had Black Lotus, would be a force to be reckoned with. Okay. It's amazing. This is a work of art. I don't care what anyone else says. This is the most beautiful deck I've ever seen. I have LED, so I don't think I need Cabal Ritual. Troll is basically a land. It's a land that I can sneak attack. What else? I have Vampiric Tutor and Imperial Seal and Wishclaw Talisman. Is that too many? I mean, I'm pretty much just tutoring for Flash on turn 1 most of the time. I could see cutting Wishclaw. I don't have a ton that's great with it. It also doesn't go to my graveyard for Underworld Breach stuff. What is this deck? So Corpse Dance, I mean, it's great. Collective Brutality is good. Bazaar of Baghdad, I guess doesn't really count as a land. Trinket Mage grabs Soul Ring and Lion's Eye Diamond. Remember when I picked this up and I was like, just in case we get this. And we got it, and now it's good. So that's something. Part of me wants to cut the Corpse Dance. It's the weaker of the two, right? I have Flash, which is good with these. Corpse Dance, which is pretty much just good with these. Because they both exile. So I think I'm going to take Shallowgrave because it's the cheaper of the two. And I'm never using the buyback. If I sneak attack Shallowgrave and Emrakul, I should win the game. So I like that. 15 land. If I can make one more cut, I would like to make one more cut. And I know everyone's going to say, Caleb, you should cut Tendrils, but you know me. I'm not cutting Tendrils of Agony from this deck. This is clearly a Storm deck. What is the cut? I mean, I could cut Tendrils just to bring in Wishclaw Talisman. And then if I did that, if I cut Underworld Breach and Dragon's Rage Channeler, the deck is just focused on Sneak, Flash, Shallowgrave. I'm going to think about this for a while and come back. Okay. I've decided to cut the Breach package only because these things reshuffle your graveyard, so I could spend a ton of time milling myself with Bazaar, but if I run into an Eldrazi, it's just going to reshuffle. This also reshuffles. That's the only reason. I guess I could cut Trinket Mage too. Kind of like that. Right now he just gets Soul Ring. Okay, we're just going to run an extra land, I guess. Don't need any of these. Yeah, we'll just run more lands. That seems fine with me. Okay, why is it giving me 3 planes? Oh, Zerda? Okay, 3 forests, don't need those. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take these out of the deck. Then let it suggest basic lands. There we go. 582. I have a lot of blue, I have a lot of black, just a little bit of red for sneak attack. That rhymed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 black sources, 8, 9. That's not terrible. Actually, this mana seems okay. 40. Oh, that's why, because it added so many lands. Zerda, get in there. World Spine, Woodfall. And we're going to cut 1, 2, 3. So 18 land with Bazaar. Yeah, let's run it like this. Seawall, round 1. All right, we're playing against Happy Birthday, Ralph. Okay, so we're on the draw. We have Vampiric Tutor, and I could get the thing that's infinite mana with Basalt Monolith to cast Ulamog. I think I'm going to keep this hand. I could also tutor for Soul Ring, and that will get Sneak Attack online faster. And if I draw something that's good with Flash, I could even Vampiric Tutor for an island if I need to. But Mana Tithe is back in the cube, so got to keep that in mind when our opponent's shocking in a Sacred Foundry. Okay, we could die. Black Lotus, Sacred Foundry. Jacked Rabbit. Jacked Rabbit. Now we're talking. Okay, that's a bit scary. Pretty good against Ulamog specifically. Collective Brutality. So we're going to lead on Blackleaf Cliffs. Nothing I can do right now. Sneak Attack, Ulamog seems worse because they're going to have 6 rabbits by the time I do that. It's a fast clock. Only I had Oath of Druids. Okay, I take 1. So I'm dying very fast. My best bet is to somehow get an Emrakul into play. Or something like that. If I Vampiric Tutor, I fall down to 14. I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage next turn. I play my Soul Ring, and I can even play Basalt Monolith. And then the following turn, I have Sneak Attack up. I can only activate Sneak Attack 1 time. And I don't even think Sneak Attack Emrakul would save me from that position. So, can't do that. I don't have the blue mana for Flash right now. What does getting the infinite mana dude look like? Pretty bad because I don't have... I'm going to look at my deck. I don't actually know what can save me here. I'm just going to take a natural draw. I think I need to draw like a blue source. Okay. Or Emrakul. Let's play this. Collective Brutality. Let's kill a rabbit and gain some life. Although, now I could Vampiric Tutor. Yeah, I think now I have to Vampiric Tutor for something like... We're going to wait. I got to take the hit. I think I need to grab Soul Ring or Bazaar of Baghdad, and for them to have nothing. Being on the draw here is particularly brutal. If I was on the play, I just get Soul Ring and kill them. But the thing is, like, oh my gosh. Okay. On the draw, like, sneaking in Ulamog would have done nothing on this board. So I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm just dead next turn. Okay, so I think I just don't Vampiric Tutor. I need to draw like Bazaar of Baghdad and then draw into Shallow Grave. Yeah, we're just dead. Let's look at their hand. It's just, you know, turn 1 Jacked Rabbit as a 3/4 is pretty tough to beat. But if we were on the play, we might have had a chance to do it. Okay, so they're just red-white aggro stuff. I do love that they just have a Goldspan Dragon. Okay. Bunch of creatures, you say. Yeah, I don't really have an out to that, so just draw better, I guess. I mean, honestly, just being on the draw cost me that game, and also them having Black Lotus. The nice thing is, I didn't really reveal at all what the deck does, right? I could have Vampiric Tutored for Soul Ring, cast Sneak Attack. I still would have lost that game. We're gonna mulligan this hand. There's Flash and Imperial Seal, so I can basically win turn 2. Keep this. Bottom and Island. Which one do I want to Flash? Worldspine Worm is probably the best. 15 power is not a bad gig. A little bit bigger than a Jacked Rabbit. I'm sorry, Mr. Rabbit, but it is true. Okay, they mulligan. Let's Imperial Seal. If they have specifically Path to Exile, World Spine Worm could be bad, but even then I have a bunch of follow-up cards, and this just kills them so fast. And they saw nothing from me, so they're not going to expect to hold up removal, I don't think, on turn 1. If they do have white mana available... Oh no! It looked like they were trying to Gitaxian Probe. You can't see what's going on. Dude, come on! Okay. What do you got turn 1 this time? Okay, that's fine. Take 3. Oop. Oh, how lucky that I drew a World Spine Worm. Oop. I don't want to pay mana to keep this. It's possible I'm supposed to wait until they move to combat, but I think I'm in such a commanding position with this board state already that, like, by waiting, I open myself up to them going land, Swords to Plowshares. Although maybe that doesn't even work. Maybe this is all one trigger and then they can't interact with it. That's actually probably the case. Yeah, actually, I think that is how that works. So let's attack for 15. They can double block a worm. Play a Tameo. Tameo can block Mutavault. So yes, now that I know how it works, flashing on their turn just makes sense. Sheltered by Ghosts. Gets lifelink. They exile a worm. I think they still just die unless they have something else. But this is good to know about. That actually deals with some of the big creatures I have. Okay. Turns out when you just make 15 power in turn 2, doesn't exactly matter what you're doing. We'll run it back. Unlikely they have Black Lotus in their opener this time, right? Kind of maybe want to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only have 5 blue sources. I'm going to cut a swamp for an island here. Then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 black sources, 9. Yeah, that seems a little bit better because Flash is just so powerful. It's the fastest thing that I can do. It's just a turn 2 win, whereas Shallow Grave, the fastest I can do that is turn 3 off Bazaar. I guess I could in theory go turn 1 Swamp Soul Ring, untap, play Bazaar, Shallow Grave. Wow, this is some fun and interactive magic here. I will keep this. They mold a 6. Do you have the Black Lotus? No, just Figure of Destiny. Okay, I was gonna say I could play Verdant Catacombs to play around Strip Mine, but I don't think it matters that much. I could even 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I don't have the mana to Wishclaw Talisman for something. Flash Triplicate Titan is definitely... Dude, what? Come on, man. You can't just do that every game. I mean, I'm doing this every game, but can't do that every game. So after I flash in Triplicate Titan, I don't think that's going to be enough to win the game, because it's just 9 power. Okay. That's unfortunate, but not the end of the world. They just make him a 2/2. Now I have a decision. I can play Wishclaw Talisman. They only have 2 cards in hand. I don't think it's that much of a decision. Last turn. I'll flash on their turn. They make him a 4/4. I think I'm going to just double block. He trades for 1, and then I just have... They have no board. Put in Triplicate Titan. Okay, yeah, he just dies immediately, so they can't Swords to Plowshares in response to the trigger. I'm going to keep the flyer and just double block here. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'm supposed to triple block to play around Solitude. If they Solitude here, I'm actually in bed. I should have triple blocked. It lets them kill the flyer, but that's like the one thing that could... If they Solitude, this dies, then this dies, I have a 3/3 against a... Or that. Yeah, that was actually a pretty big misplay on my part. I didn't think it would be Mind Collapse, but pretty good. I have a 3/3 flyer against a 4/4. And I draw a World Spine Worm. Verdant Catacombs. I think I can get down a Wishclaw Talisman right now. But if I get Raucous Theater, I can grab Sneak Attack. Let's do that. It also lets me Surveil 1. Island. Yeah, I'll put that on top. Because then I get to Factor Fiction. They have 1 card in hand and 2 mana. But yeah, if I triple block there, this is so easy. Big mistake. Okay, we're gonna go island. Um, Honestly, I might just chump block with the golem token. No, I'll get him down to 15 because then this is lethal immediately. I think I will Factor Fiction because if I can reshuffle and then I can Wishclaw for flash, that's way easier. Go to 9. Here's where Mana Tithe is brutal, if they have it. Okay, we get Bazaar, which is great. I also just get Sneak Attack. So if they give me Sneak Attack Mountain, I win. So they can't put those together. So Sneak Attack, any red source off the top wins. I think I take this pile because there's a lot of things off Bazaar that can win as well. If I go Wishclaw Talisman, activate, I'll have 1 mana. So let's lead with Bazaar. Activate it. Aha! Do I have the mana for that? Basalt Monolith basically costs 0. But I already played a land this turn, so I can't Zerta this turn. Let's discard Blackleaf Cliffs. I have too many infinite combos. Don't really need Thought Scour. And I can discard Ulamog to get Flash. But I think Zerta Basalt Monolith just lets me hardcast an Ulamog, and I could just discard Ulamog next turn. So I'm going to discard this Swamp. And I will just play a Wishclaw Talisman and chump block the Finger of Destiny. I would like to hardcast an Ulamog, please. I can also hardcast an Emrakul. I could cast both of them. Me not attacking tells them they're in so much trouble. Okay, I will block here. If it will allow me to. Please. Okay, block. I'm not gonna die to some random burn. Okay. Hopefully they kill the Wishclaw Talisman. That means I can't cast Emrakul here. But it means I can get infinite mana. Oh! Here we go. Okay, let's go Mountain. Assault Monolith. Tap this for mana. Play Zerda. Untap. Tap. Make infinite mana. Why does it make me specify which of the colorless mana I want to spend? Okay, we're going to generate a lot of mana here. Okay, 30 mana. This should be plenty to cast Ulamog. He's going to kill their planes. And then Emrakul. Emrakul will give me an extra turn. It's just that easy. See you all next round. Alright, we're playing against Arthos23. His hand's actually pretty good. We have Zerda, and an Ulamog, so we're 1 tutor effect away from being able to use infinite mana. Esper Sentinel, we don't love. I'm going to lead on a Raucous Theater here. That's not the artifact we wanted. Swamp, I will put in the graveyard. I'm looking for a turn 2 play. Drawing Soul Ring next turn would be great. They play Tapped Arena of Glory. Okay. Another Swamp. I put that in the graveyard. I guess Mountain. Hey, I finally get to see this card do something. Becomes the 2-1. I mean, I'm probably just gonna play Zerda here. Staff of the Storyteller is cool and all. You know what Zerda does? She blocks. I don't know if it's a lady, but that's what I'm going with. Oh, you know what's also pretty good is Wishclaw Talisman. What am I gonna Wishclaw Talisman for? Shallow Grave with Ulamog is fine. I think I'm just gonna get Zerda down. It doesn't draw them a card, and it lets me, like, if Zerda survives, then I know I can go for the infinite mana combo. If Zerda dies, maybe we go for Shallow Grave, Ulamog or something. Okay, they use Fury on it. Man, I wish Oath of Druids was in this deck. I don't know how I'm casting it, but it would be sick if I could. A little sad on the times when I Oath into Zerda. Robber of the Rich. Oh, they have the mana for it. Crazy. I'm taking a bunch of damage. What is the play here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage next turn. So Probably don't get another turn. If I Shallow Grave and Ulamog, they sack their lands and Staff of the Storyteller. That doesn't do a ton. Zerda being dead is pretty rough. I can find a sneak attack that doesn't do a ton. I think what I have to do here, let them draw one card and just get a ton of mana. We're gonna go Swamp. Well, when Magic Online will allow. Swamp, Relic of Sauron. They draw one card. But they have like this thing that's gonna draw them two cards. And then Wishclaw Talisman. So that next turn, ideally we can like sneak attack in Ulamog, Worldspine Worm, or like we have all the mana we need. And this costs a bunch of mana to activate, right? 3 mana. So if they spend the mana on this, it's unlike... Oh. Does that kill me? 4, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13. I go to 1? Is that correct? I think so. No, it gets a counter. I die. Oh, that card's busted. Alright, I think I die. Plains. Oh, man. Okay. An exact kill. Creature deck. Scary stuff. Just draw better. You know what I'm saying? Just draw better. Yeah, dashing that thing. Okay, on the play. I don't remember who was on the play last game. Yeah. It seems pretty good. I'm gonna lead on Volcanic Island because if I just naturally draw something to flash into play, I would much prefer to do it turn 2. Mother of Runes won't save you from the flash. Thought Scour. I will Thought Scour myself and just see what's happening here. Woodfall Primus was on top. Rip. And Zerda. Wow, that's a pretty rough set of mills. Go Swamp. Pass. Next turn I can Coalition Relic. Okay, so this is just a 2-2. Maybe I am supposed to target them with Thought Scour. I don't really have much that benefits from being put in the graveyard. I guess Shallow Grave, if it had ordered them, maybe it let me order them. If Woodfall Primus was on top, then Shallow Grave would be good. Collective Brutality. Let's go Island Relic. Last turn. So next turn I can Sneak Attack or Wishclaw into Flash. The problem with Wishclaw into Flash is it, you know, they get to tutor for something. But this is a very slow start compared to their last game. Yeah, Staff I don't care about. Although, it does make, like, a Sneak Attack Eldrazi not as effective. Charge counter here. Okay. Tamiyo doesn't do what we want. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's probably just Wishclaw Talisman into Flash. Although, just jamming Sneak Attack here is also not that bad, because that doesn't give him a Wishclaw Talisman trigger. Right, if I just add red here, maybe that's the play. Because now I get to go play Bazaar. Activate Bazaar. Soulring Mountain. So now I can go discard Mountain, Collective Brutality, and I guess Tamiyo. Or maybe just Soul Ring. Tamiyo can block. Then we go Sneak Attack and play Tamiyo as a blocker. So they know I don't have something to sneak into play in my hand. Well, that went poorly. But I do get a Wishclaw for Emrakul, and then take back the Monarch with Emrakul, I think. Emrakul doesn't have Trample. Okay, they're attacking. Shallow Grave. Okay, I can Bazaar. Because I can discard Flash. Flash. Vampiric. Shallow Grave. 1, 2, 1, 1. Yeah, do that. Any order. Play a Wishclaw. I mean, sneaking in Triplicate Titan here is also kind of nice, but I think Emrakul is better. Wishclaw is going to grab Emrakul. Sneak attack. Big friend, go! So they can sack Staff, Wishclaw, Spirit, Squadron, 1 land. I do get Tamio back. Oh, Mother of Runes also makes sense. We get Tamio, we get the Monarch, which means I get to draw a card. This deck is bananas. Draw a card. Emrakul, everything else shuffle. And we're set up to do it again next turn. It's possible just sneaking in Triplicate Titan would have been better, but I think cutting them off of lands is more effective. They go land, they bolt Tamio, play Thalia, die in the air to a beautiful Triplicate Titan. Unless they somehow grab Solitude, and that would be devastating. Although I guess it would gain 9 life, so it wouldn't be... Oh, they're just dead. Let's, red. Oh my gosh, Magic Online. Let me sneak attack the thing. I'm so close. I want to do the thing. Do this guy. And this guy. Okay, they didn't even need me to show them the other one. Okay. Some removal, some dudes. Deck is perfect. I actually really like the fact that I'm playing essentially 18 lands because it minimizes the chances of me having the flash combo and not enough lands. This deck is basically, can I draw Flash, Sneak Attack, or Zerda, and just tutors for those? The other cards are just there because. In fact, maybe I should just cut Thought Scour and play a land. Actually, that maybe I am supposed to do that. Whoa. Oh, what a hand. Okay. Let's go Island, Soul Ring. Pretty good. This is a turn 2 Fact or Fiction or Basalt Monolith Raucous Theater. I kind of like Raucous Theater here. Yeah, because now I want a Fact or Fiction with Shallow Grave up. That in the graveyard. Play this. Last turn. So now I can just main phase Fact or Fiction. And if I put an Eldrazi in the graveyard, we just Shallow Grave it. Ah. Can I beat that? Are we just hard casting Eldrazi now? I don't know if my deck can beat it. I don't have any removal. No, I do. I have Collective Brutality. It's pretty good. Pretty good, Little Miss Containment Priest. That might be one of the most effective sideboard cards I've ever seen in Cube. It answers everything. Okay. Let us main phase this Fact or Fiction. If it will let me. Okay, Flash, Woodfall Primus, Tamio. So I can cast a Tamio. And they give me Flash, Woodfall Primus. I'll take the Tamio here. Because this... Let me Google what Containment Priest does to Flash. Alright, it looks like it does not work. So we're going to take Tamio here. Put that in any order. Island. Play Tamio. Go ahead. Yeah, the one of Collective Brutality. They bolt Tamio. Can't even Shallow Grave my own Tamio. Although I'm pretty happy Thought Scour is not a land. The bane of my existence. So now I need to somehow assemble Zerda and I guess just Zerda and an Eldrazi. Because Basalt Monolith is in play. Interesting they didn't want to haste out the Rabble Master. I guess because it effectively has haste with Smuggler's Copter anyway. Actually, that makes perfect sense. I take a lot of damage. I get like 1 or 2 more turns at the most. If I had to guess, they're lagging on Magic Online as well. It's just really laggy lately. I don't know if they like downgraded the servers or something, but I've never had it be this unpleasant to play on. So I take 1, 3, I take 6, and next turn I'm gonna take 4 more, which will be 10. So I'm gonna fall to 1, so can't really crack this Verdant Catacombs. They're discarding a Skyclave Apparition. That's not good for me. Oh, I think I'm just dead next turn. Okay. Here's the problem. They killed my Tamio. It's on top of a Woodfall Primus. What can I possibly Vampiric Tutor for here? Because I can go Vampiric Tutor plus Thought Scour. and I can kill Containment Priest. So next turn I'm gonna take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13. So even if I kill Containment Priest, I lose. Yeah. I can't cast a Zerda because I don't have the red. Well, I guess there's only one play to make, and that is Swamp, Empiric Tutor, and I think it's got to be Collective Brutality. I'm one short of casting Triplicate Titan the normal way? That's brutal. I guess technically two. Yeah. Do this. Thought Scour. They mill 2. Then we get to go Collective Brutality. I'm also out of black mana here, so drink a creature, gain some life. I think I'm literally just dead if I kill Containment Priest, but I just need them to make a misplay here. And even then, I'm still in a bad way. That card completely shut down my deck. But I think Rebel Man is 4, 2 Goblins is 2 more for 6, Figure of Destiny is 4 more for 10. And I guess if they just crew the Copter, that makes it 12. You can also cast 4th Aerlingus. I will scoop to that. See you all next round. Alright, we win the die roll, playing against Would-Be Stoic. Going first. What a hand. I mean, I basically draw a red source and I can do better, right? Yeah. No! Aren't I playing like 19 land? Ugh. Okay. You've got me interested. I'm gonna keep this and get rid of these two. Bazaar's pretty awkward on a mulligan here. Rocket's Theater. Flash, I will put on top. We'll get a flash into Titan. Dude, all these aggro decks. My deck will be pretty good against slightly dirtilier decks. Generous Plunderer can hit me for 1. City of Traders. That'll do it. City of Traders, Coalition Relic, and pass. I lose to Mana Tithe, but that's fine. I think the value of killing both their creatures here is pretty strong. Hey, they gave me a treasure token. It also means that I take 3 less damage off the Generous Plunder by waiting until they attack to do the thing. Although they're gonna grow... Wait a second. They're gonna make this huge. I could genuinely lose to a Generous Plunderer here. Because they give something flying. It's gonna be this, right? Okay, so they make that a 3/4 flyer. Honestly, better than the Generous Plunderer. Let's play Flash. Do this. Don't pay to keep them. Make some stuff. I almost wonder if I'm supposed to just hardcast it, but the ability to do this seems pretty worthwhile. This was a mulligan to 5, by the way. Not the best draws afterwards. We attack with Vigilance. Do I attack with Trample? Probably. So they double block that one. Maybe I'm supposed to attack with Flying too. So I could leave the Sanguine Evangelist alive, but I think I just kill it. And pass turn. Big Guide of Souls. Giver of Runes also pretty good. Fairy Zev also pretty good. So they could make the bat into a 3/4 flyer now. my 9-drop is gonna lose to a 1-drop. That's crazy. Okay, put charge counters. Yeah, my 9-drop's gonna lose to a 1-drop. Volcanic Island, not the best thing to see here. Just had blue. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I could grab, but I probably Factor Fiction would be the best thing I could get, I think. Doesn't matter. Just gonna have 6. I'm not winning the race, so I'm just gonna keep back my dudes on blocks. Wait, why is this only a 3/3? I could have traded? Oh. This is a 1/2. Oh! I should have blocked. I didn't even realize that. So I would be at 11? Wait, so you're telling me this card is a 1/2 normally with all of these abilities? That's... I just assumed it was a 1/1 and that somehow it buffed, like its buff made things 3/4 flyers. Nope, it's a 1/2. That's bananas. It's literally single-handedly beating my 9-cost creature. Yeah, and they have Giver of Runes. Gains them life. Like, I can't even race it. Wild. Yeah, definitely should have traded here last turn. But we're learning. This card is a 1/2, and it puts 2 counters. It doesn't turn that into a 3/4. Let me read this card, just so I know. Whenever another creature you control enters, you gain 1 life, get energy. Whenever you attack, you can put... So this doesn't even have to attack itself. You can pay 3 energy and put 2 counters on an attacking creature. It becomes an angel. Oh, and a flying counter. Okay. Block, block. Sounds kind of like a turkey. Is that a chicken? I don't know. I guess it's a chicken. Turkeys are gobble gobble. Chickens go block block. I think, did I face a red-white deck every single round this league? Probably. Oh, I need to put a charge counter on Coalition Relic here. I think both me and my opponent are trying to play through the lag, and it just takes like 2 minutes to take any game action. Post-combat Adeline is an interesting choice. I'm so dead here. I would need to like Bazaar of Baghdad into some straight nonsense to win. That's also a card that could potentially get me somewhere. At blue, tap for this, and this, Fact or Fiction. Wishclaw Talisman, Shallow Grave versus Sneak Attack. Is there anything in my deck that can get me out of this? I don't think so. I'm gonna concede. Right, I can Shallow Grave a Triplicate Titan. Doesn't do very much. I can Wishclaw for something, but I'm out of mana at that point. Yeah, we're just dead. If they were at lower life, I don't know how much life that thing gained them, but it was substantial. I think I'm gonna cut Thought Scour for Trinket Mage. Thought Scour just doesn't do a whole lot for me. Although this only grabs Soul Ring. Well, a little late. Bazaar of Baghdad, Fact or Fiction, and a Dream. Oh, I can do better. See, now it's the same hand, but I have Shallow Grave, Bazaar of Baghdad. This I can keep. Get rid of a swamp. Play this. I mean, it's an okay card to Shallow Grave. I guess I could just graveyard that. And then if I want to Shallow Grave it, I can. I mean, it kills their land and can block a creature or something. Yeah, I think I'm going to Shallow Grave a Woodfall Primus on defense here. And then we'll just try and find Flash for World Spine Worm. That feels good to me. That way I'm not getting hit by Ragavan. I mean, this is a pretty brutal sequence for them, right? I do this. Kill their land. Block here. Unfortunately, this gets exiled. It doesn't do the thing. Which actually I guess is good for me because I would have to kill my land if I did that. Finger of Destiny. They also figured out it does not do the thing. Okay, we draw an island. I think I think I'm more likely to get success if I go for Fact or Fiction and then Bazaar of Baghdad. That way my land count is higher. If I still had Shallow Grave, I would be more interested in Bazaar, but I used one of my 2 like cheating effects. They're recovering pretty well from a devastating turn 1. Swamp. So yeah, we're just gonna go island, pass. And then we have Fact or Fiction into Sneak Attack mana. This also makes them scared of Flash, but they don't care. I love to see them leveling up the Finger of Destiny, though. Mother of Runes. You got it. Fact or Fiction? None of those are particularly good, but Basalt Monolith gives me infinite combo potential. Collective Brutality can kill Mother of Runes. Right now, I'm probably just going to take the pile with more stuff. That does put me a bit more all in with Bazaar of Baghdad, but I'm going to have enough mana to hardcast stuff soon, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I could hardcast a Triplicate Titan very soon. So, yeah, I'm going to take this pile. Imperial Seal. Okay, that can work. So I can Imperial Seal, then Bazaar of Baghdad. So, and then I'll have 3 mana left over. I can grab Flash. Let's go. Well, actually, I could have 4 mana left over if let me think about this. Let's play Bazaar, and I'm going to play Imperial Seal. I can grab anything. 1, 2, 3. If I go Soul Ring, I'll have 4, but not 5 mana. So I think Flash is just the correct play. Yeah. Then we activate Bazaar of Baghdad. Discard Verdant Catacombs, Troll, and Womp. Then we get to go Soul Ring and hold up Flash. And they can Mother of Runes to give one thing protection, but it's a lot of power coming at them. Okay, let's Flash. We can even beat Reprieve with this setup. Put you into play. So it can turn that thing into a 4/4. I feel like this is just the play. Take 2. They save the figure. This opponent fought through a lot so far. Woodfold Primus. Pre-war Formal Wear getting back. Carries of. Yeah, it's pretty good. Now it's a 3/5 Vigilance. So I guess that's a spot where Sneak Attack would be better because they would have taken 15 off the worm and then I would have these things, but we'll see what happens. Wishclaw Talisman. That's a good card. So they can Troll of Khazad-dûm is unblockable. They block here, they take 16. So Wishclaw Talisman for a Shallow Grave doesn't work. What does work? That's not Sneak Attack. Let me look at the deck list. I think I can activate Bazaar, and if I draw a Triplicate Titan, I could then Wishclaw for Corpse Dance. I think I do activate Bazaar here. Yikes. That's brutal. Discard, discard, and discard. Yeah, Troll hits for 6. Next turn they hit me for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, some amount. I guess the play is to attack with some worms. I can attack with 2 worms. That puts them to 9 and then they're very dead. If I attack with 1 worm, they're still pretty dead. And for me to take 10, this will be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if they can level this up and kill a worm next turn, I do just die. If I attack with just 1 worm, they go to 14. Then I have 2 worms as blockers. And then I can Shallow Grave the Troll of Khazad-dûm, which hits them for 6. So I would need 2 worms back. I think that's probably pretty safe. And I want to play this out. No cards in hand. They can attack with Karizev. I can double. They attack with Mom. Okay. That makes sense. Pro green there. So I just get to block the worm and take 3. The vigilance is kind of rough. Okay, so they're at 14. We're gonna draw Ulamog. That's a bit easier. Let's Wishclaw Talisman for Corpse Dance or just Sneak Attack, honestly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's just grab Sneak Attack. Sneak you. Okay, so they just concede. Perfect. That was a brutal game. This deck is very fun but super challenging because I have so many tutor effects and I just don't know what card I should be tutoring at any time. I almost want to bring in LED just because it makes Wishclaw Talisman a lot better. Because I can Wishclaw, crack LED for mana, and then play whatever I find. Especially on the draw. Is it good with anything else? Not really. Okay, on the draw, I think I'm going to cut Trinket Mage for a Thought Scour. And I'm going to continue thinking about Lion's Eye Diamond. Because Lion's Eye Diamond, Thought Scour, Imperial Seal also works. Like, you play Imperial Seal, Thought Scour, crack LED in response. It just lets me do something a little bit faster. It's also an enabler for Shallow Grave. If I just have like Ulamog Shallow Grave, it's just one more discard outlet. So I kind of like that. And you can use it to, well, you can technically use it to activate Sneak Attack, but you wouldn't have anything in hand. I think I like that, and I'm going to cut one Swamp to run LED. We'll see what happens. If LED being a swamp loses, you know, if LED is a swamp and I lose, you know what I mean. This hand doesn't have LED. I would love a swamp here, but I'm running like 18 or 19 land sources, so that's kind of wild. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this and get rid of Thought Scour. So I can Imperial Seal for something. City of Traders. Let me think about this sequence. I can go Imperial Seal for Shallow Grave. Next turn, I can go Swamp Wishclaw. Because I need like Bazaar. I think I'm going to wait on the Imperial Seal for a turn. I can't... If I could Imperial Seal and then next turn guarantee a Shallow Grave, I would do it, but I can't. So I think it's best to wait, because if I draw something I want to flash, then Imperial Seal for flash is kind of a no-brainer. Like that. It seems pretty good. Yeah, that seems pretty good. I just go Swamp, Imperial Seal, grab flash. They bolt me? No. Okay, that's great. That's exactly what I wanted to see. I just take 4, not a big deal. Unless they Black Lotus and fly it next turn. Get to go Island. Pass turn. As long as I don't accidentally flash in an Emrakul, I think we're okay. And then I have Wishclaw Talisman to find other stuff too. I don't know how this works, but we're going to find out. I don't know if it's a debuff to me or to my creatures, but we're going to find out. Flash. World Spine Worm. Can it block? Looks like it can. So Mother of Runes can act now, but she didn't. No, they... Okay, it is a debuff to the player. That's actually quite bad, because I pulled a 7. Okay, good to know. Very good use of Headliner Scarlet. Now what do I do? I can play Wishclaw, activate it, and have 2 mana left. Shallow Grave doesn't work. Collective Brutality can just gain me some life. It's not that great. So I think we're going to go City of Traders, play Wishclaw. Yeah, the fact that they didn't have to activate Mom there was pretty rough. So next turn I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I draw a red source, I can win. I guess I was supposed to attack with a worm first. Oh, that might cost me a lot actually. Do I attack with both worms? No. Okay, they don't do anything. Alright, opponent. Can you deal 7? Probably. They can do 4 guaranteed off Figure of Destiny. The way that this is templated, I would expect it to apply to the creatures in play. Otherwise it would say target player can't block with creatures this turn. This feels like it would give the debuff to creatures, but maybe I'm wrong. Okay, they attack like that. I will double block this thing. This tells me they just have Lightning Bolt, probably. Hierogoyf. Okay, it's not Lightning Bolt. Not Lightning Bolt. Powers 3. Oh, to the face that goes to anything? What? Okay, it is Lightning Bolt. GG's. Man, that deck was way too good to only get 50 points, but we faced, like, all good, aggressive red-white decks. The matches were great. I'm not too mad about the outcome. It's just, this deck was good, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. But it seems like putting in a World Spine Worm into play in turn 2 should be decent. Maybe I needed 1 or 2 more removal spells. But I think it's just tough matchups, a little bit weird draws, maybe some piloting error. But it was fun. I like this deck a lot. Shame we didn't get to do Underworld Breach stuff. Thank you all so much for watching. See you next time.